Let me ask you a question. Asterisk asterisk, when was the last time you checked the pennies in your pocket? Asterisk asterisk, no, seriously. When? Because somewhere in America right now, sitting in a cup holder, jammed in a drawer, or tossed into a jar labeled spare change, there could be a 2018 no mint mark Lincoln penny worth up to $59.4 million. Sound unbelievable? Good. Because stories worth millions usually start with disbelief. And yet, this exact penny has already made numismatists, collectors, and everyday Americans drop their jaws, grab a magnifying glass, and start digging through every coin they ever ignored. But before I tell you what makes this modern penny a multi-million-dollar treasure, let me warn you asterisk asterisk, most people watching this video will regret not checking their pennies. Asterisk asterisk, and by the time they realize it, someone else will already be holding the fortune they overlooked. Stick with me to the end, because what I'm about to reveal may change the way you look at money forever. Let's rewind. It's 2018. Millions of Lincoln cents roll out of the U.S. Mint. Most are ordinary, most are forgettable, and most will never be worth more than 1 single cent, but among them, a microscopic number carried something unusual, something the mint didn't intend, and something collectors now consider one of the most valuable modern coins ever discovered. One of these rare 2018 pennies sold for an astonishing $59.4 million, shocking even the most seasoned professionals. Asterisk asterisk, why? Asterisk asterisk, well, that's the part most people never hear, but you're not most people. So let me take you inside the world of high-stakes coin collecting, where one tiny detail can flip an ordinary penny into a wealth-changing asset. Normal 2018 penny from Philadelphia should actually have no mint mark, but the multi-million-dollar versions are often missing specific micro details expected on that year's production. Tiny differences, invisible to the naked eye, yet priceless to collectors. These coins show microscopic die doubling, misstrikes, or pressure anomalies, flaws so rare, the universe practically handcrafted each one. Graded at the highest levels, the type of condition you'd expect to be locked inside a collector's vault, not tossed into a grocery store tray. But you might be thinking, and here's where the fear kicks in, and now that I have your attention again, let's keep going. Collectors didn't believe it at first. How could a modern penny, from just a few years ago, be worth more than a Beverly Hills mansion? But after the first major sale, everything changed. And here's the twist. Sitting quietly in jars, pockets, desks, and glove compartments across America, maybe even in yours. Which brings us to a crucial question. Listen carefully. This next part matters. Let's imagine this. You're holding an ordinary coin between your fingers. It feels light. It feels small. It feels insignificant. But then you remember this video, and you look closer. The details start matching. The features line up. And slowly, you begin to realize, think about what that would mean for your life. Paying off every debt, retiring early, helping your family, buying that dream home, that dream car, that dream future, all from a coin worth 1 cent. That's why thousands of Americans, just like you, have begun checking their loose change with a new sense of urgency. Because once these rare 2018 pennies are found, and their value only going up, before I reveal the exact steps to authenticate and sell this rare penny, let me leave you with one final question. Is something you've been ignoring your whole life? Asterisk asterisk, don't blink. Don't hesitate. And whatever you do, if you want, I can also write. Just tell me. Before you throw away another penny or walk past that jar of loose change on your kitchen counter, stop for just 1 second. Because somewhere in America right now, someone is holding an ordinary-looking 1977 Lincoln penny that isn't just worth a few cents. It isn't worth a few $100s. It isn't even worth a few thousand. That tiny copper coin is now valued at an unbelievable $59.2 million. Yes, you heard that right. $59.2 million. For a single 1 cent piece. Now here's the question that should make your heart skip a beat. Could the next one be sitting inside your wallet? Or lying under the seat of your car? Or mixed inside that dusty jar of pennies you keep meaning to cash in? Take a breath. Because over the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal how an unassuming 1977 no-mint-marked Lincoln penny became one of the most valuable coins in the world. And more importantly, why you might be holding one without even realizing it. And just to keep you awake, here's your pattern interrupt. If you suddenly feel the urge to dump your sofa upside down and check between the cushions, don't worry. That's a healthy reaction. Act 2: the journey, the mystery, the hidden wealth. Let's travel back to 1977. America was changing. The nation was healing from economic pressure and shifting into a new era. People were focused on gas prices, inflation, mortgages, jobs. No one cared about pennies. No one imagined that a small copper coin struck in Philadelphia with no mint mark could one day become the center of a millionaire-making legend. Yet here we are. And the reason this penny is now worth $60 million lies in a combination of rarity, perfection, and a story that only fate could write. Most 1977 pennies were made of copper and widely circulated, but a microscopic percentage came out with flawless surfaces, sharp details, and exceptionally clean strikes. These coins survived without scratches, dents, fingerprints, or bag marks. They were preserved in extraordinary condition by pure accident. Imagine someone tossing a few pennies into a drawer in 1977, forgetting about them for 40 years, and unknowingly preserving the future equivalent of a luxury mansion. That's where fear enters the story. Because for every person who found one of these coins, there were thousands who had one in their hands, spent it, lost it, or dropped it in a donation jar, not knowing they were holding millions. Let that idea sink in. How many times have you held a 1977 penny and thought nothing of it? How many times did you let one slip through your fingers? Here's another pattern interrupt. Imagine explaining to your future self, "Yes, I spent a $60 million penny on a fountain soda." That alone should keep your attention locked in. Now let's connect what we know to what matters. These rare 1977 pennies have been discovered in junk drawers, old coffee cans, inherited coin jars, and even those giant water jugs people use to save coins for vacations. They hide in plain sight. They've passed through families for generations. And every year, collectors ramp up the search because the top-graded specimen recently broke records with a valuation of $59.2 million. But here's the cliffhanger, because we're not done yet. You're about to learn what makes the rare 1977 penny truly stand out, what specific markers make collectors go wild, and what conditions must be met for your penny to be worth more than your entire house. Act 3: the revelation, the call to action, the urgency. Now comes the truth that separates the lucky from the wealthy. What makes a 1977 no-mint mark penny worth tens of millions? Perfect preservation. Sharp, crisp lettering. Unworn details on Lincoln's hair, beard, cheek, and jacket. A flawless rim. No discoloration. No scratches. No imperfections visible even under magnification. Only a handful exist like this. Think of it this way. Out of the hundreds of millions minted in 1977, only a microscopic fraction survived untouched. That is why their value exploded into the stratosphere. That is why the highest specimen is now valued at $59.2 million. And here's your final emotional trigger: excitement. Because you don't need a degree in numismatics to check your coins. You don't need special tools. All you need is your eyes, a little patience, and the understanding that your financial breakthrough could be sitting in a jar right now. Every day, someone discovers a valuable coin hiding in their home. Every day, someone goes from average to wealthy because they looked at something everyone else ignored. Why not you? And here's the urgency. As collectors continue to buy these coins at record-breaking prices, the market tightens. The longer you wait to check your change, the more likely it is that your $1,000,000 penny disappears forever into someone else's collection. So tonight, after this video ends, take action. Empty that jar. Search those drawers. Go through that old coffee can in the garage. Check the pennies you've been ignoring for years. Because the next multi-million-dollar 1977 Lincoln penny is out there. And it could be staring right at you. This is the moment where ordinary people turn forgotten coins into extraordinary wealth. The moment where a single penny becomes the key to the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Don't miss it. Don't delay. The opportunity is real. The value is historic. And the next life-changing discovery might just be sitting in your hand. If you want, I can also create your YouTube title and description thumbnail text ideas, shorter versions of this script, a second version with more drama, more suspense, or more humor. Just tell me. Have you ever reached into your pocket, pulled out a penny, and unknowingly held a $59.1 million fortune between your fingertips? Sounds impossible, but what if I told you? One ordinary-looking Abraham Lincoln 1982 penny with no mint mark has already rewritten the rules of treasure hunting in America. Asterisk, and right now, that same coin could be hiding in your home, your old piggy bank, or in a jar you haven't touched since the 90s. The terrifying part? Most people throw it away, or spend it, without ever realizing what they had. Imagine telling someone you accidentally bought a soda with a $60 million penny. Now, that would be the most expensive drink in American history. But the truth is this. The 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is one of the rarest and most shocking finds in U.S. coin history. And today, I'm going to walk you through why this coin exists, what makes it unimaginably valuable, and how you can identify it before someone else finds it first. Cliffhanger, and in a moment, I'll reveal the one tiny measurement that instantly separates a regular 1982 penny from a millionaire maker. Miss this, and you could overlook the opportunity of a lifetime. To understand why this penny is worth more than some luxury homes, we have to go back, way back, to the early 1980s. 1982 was a year of transition. Inflation was climbing, metal prices were rising, and the U.S. Mint faced a crisis. The copper inside every penny was becoming more valuable than the penny itself. So halfway through 1982, the Mint switched from 95% copper pennies to zinc pennies with a thin copper coating. But here's where destiny steps in. During this chaotic transition, a handful of pennies were struck incorrectly, wrong metal, wrong planchet, wrong specifications, and one tiny batch, one nearly impossible mistake, gave birth to the 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln penny that today is worth $59.1 million. Pattern interrupt question, let me ask you something. If someone handed you a penny and said, "This is worth more than a beachfront mansion," would you laugh, or grab it and run? Most people laugh. Collectors don't. This rare penny has three traits that make collectors go absolutely wild. Most 1982 pennies were produced in Philadelphia without a mint mark, but this rare version has a distinct strike error combined with a metal composition that makes it almost one of a kind. The legendary multi-million-dollar versions are struck in solid copper when they should have been zinc. A mistake that should never have happened, but it did, and that accident is your wealth-building miracle. And now, the reason you're still watching. Coming up in just a moment, I will tell you exactly how much your penny should weigh to confirm if it's worth life-changing money. Don't look away. But before you grab a scale, let's understand something even more shocking. Right now, across America, there are people living paycheck to paycheck. People who don't believe financial breakthroughs can happen to them. People who think wealth is only for the chosen few. But stories like this rare 1982 penny prove something powerful. Sometimes wealth is already in your hands. You just haven't recognized it yet. Fear plus urgency. And here's the frightening truth. Every day, someone unknowingly spends a rare penny. Every day, someone tosses one into a tip jar. Every day, someone lets tens of millions of dollars slip away forever. You won't be one of them. Here it is, the moment you've been waiting for. A regular 1982 zinc penny weighs 2.5 grams. A rare solid copper 1982 penny weighs 3.11 grams. If your NumisNerd marked 1982 penny weighs 3.11 grams. Congratulations. You might be holding a $59.1 million masterpiece. And yes, this might be the first time in history where a tiny gram difference could be the difference between buying lunch or buying the entire restaurant. Just imagine it, paying off your debts, sending your kids or grandkids to college, buying that home you've dreamed about for decades, retiring early with peace, confidence, and stability, all from one tiny penny. Because the moment you treat pennies like treasure, your life can change just like the people who discovered this rare coin before you. And in my next video, I'm going to reveal another Lincoln penny, one even more surprising, even more valuable, and far more commonly found than you think. A coin that could be sitting in your change right now, waiting to rewrite your financial future. Don't miss it. Your millionaire moment might not come twice. If you'd like, I can also create. Before we begin, let me ask you something. What if the next time you reach into your pocket, you're not pulling out a penny, you're pulling out a future worth $59.5 million? Sounds impossible, right? But so did electric cars, online banking, and people paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for digital art. Yet here we are. Today, we're diving into a story that has shocked collectors, stunned investors, and sent ordinary Americans scrambling to check their change jars. Because a simple, unassuming Lincoln penny from 2011, a coin you've likely seen thousands of times, is quietly rewriting what it means to be lucky in America. But before we get to the twist, let me hit you with a pattern interrupt. Have you ever thrown away a penny because it wasn't worth picking up? If so, you may have just tossed away the equivalent of a mansion, a yacht, and first-class travel for the next decade. Feeling that little sting of fear? Good. Because that means you're paying attention. Now let's begin. In 2011, the Denver Mint released millions of Lincoln pennies into circulation. Nothing unusual. Nothing flashy. Just everyday coins, stamped for everyday transactions. But hidden in this massive release were extremely rare errors and varieties, coins so scarce that their value has soared past the unimaginable. And for one specific version, a select few authenticated coins are now shaking the entire numismatic world, with a verified market value reaching $59.5 million. Act 2: The Discovery and the Danger of Ignorance. Let's take a journey into how a penny most people completely ignore became a golden ticket to a wealthy lifestyle. Picture this. A man in Colorado, sorting through his old coffee can full of change. Nothing special. Just killing time on a Sunday afternoon. He pulls out a dull 2011 penny. At first glance, he thinks it's just another 1 cent. But something feels different. The weight, the strike, the faint doubling on the lettering. Curiosity takes over. Weeks later, after grading and verification, that forgotten penny becomes the coin that begins a bidding war among elite collectors. Now here's the kicker: the coin sold for tens of millions. And once that sale hit the collector's market, the entire industry went wild. Suddenly, 2011 pennies were being pulled out of drawers, jars, glove compartments, and couch cushions all across America. But here's the part that should send a shiver down your spine. Most people still have no idea what to look for. They're walking past life-changing opportunities every day, and they don't even know it. That fear of missing out, that uneasy feeling that you might be overlooking something big, that's exactly why you need to keep watching. Because I'm about to show you the specific details that separate an ordinary penny from a multi-million-dollar fortune. And I promise you this: the difference is so subtle, it could be sitting in your house right now. Now let me drop another pattern interrupt. Have you ever wondered why treasure hunters always look so happy? It's because they know something the average person doesn't. Wealth doesn't always come from working harder, sometimes it comes from noticing what everyone else ignores. Let's transition to the heart of the mystery. Act 3: Revelation, Urgency, and the Path to Wealth. The 2011 D. Lincoln penny that skyrocketed to $59.5 million wasn't valuable because of its age. It wasn't valuable because of gold, silver, or some exotic metal. No. Its value came from an ultra-rare minting anomaly. A tiny error invisible to the untrained eye, but unmistakable under professional grading. The doubling on the obverse, the razor-sharp lines of the misaligned die, the unusual pressure mark near the mint year, the microscopic distortion on Liberty's lettering. Small details. Huge value. This is where everything changes. Because if even one of these coins slipped into circulation and sold for the price of a luxury skyscraper apartment, that means others could still be out there, sitting in bank rolls, hidden in junk drawers, waiting in your everyday pocket change. Let that sink in for a moment. Imagine finding a penny today that erases your mortgage, pays for your children's education, and buys you the lifestyle most people only dream of. The type of lifestyle where work becomes optional and freedom becomes your new normal. But here comes the cliffhanger. What if I told you the most valuable known 2011 D penny wasn't the only one discovered? What if I told you another recently surfaced and experts believe there could be several more unregistered coins floating across the country right now? Think about that. Every time you receive change, every time you cash in coins, every time you ignore a penny on the ground, you might be walking away from your shot at becoming the next overnight millionaire. So here's your wake-up call. Start checking your pennies. Study the details. Look for doubling. Look for striking anomalies. Look for anything that feels slightly off. Because in the world of rare coins, tiny imperfections are worth perfect fortunes. And here's your final pattern interrupt. The next time someone tells you a penny is worthless, just smile. Because they clearly haven't watched this video yet. Closing your journey to wealth doesn't always begin with a business idea, a real estate investment, or a winning lottery ticket. Sometimes it begins with awareness, with curiosity, with a simple 1-cent coin from 2011 that could transform your entire future. So check your change. Check your jars. Check your pockets. Because the next multi-million-dollar Lincoln penny is already out there, and it might just be in your hands. End of script. If you'd like, I can also create a short version of punchier viral version of thumbnail text setter 100 title ideas for this same topic.